Yo, they say I'm a breadwinner, some type of crypto farmer, no Pepperidge Farm, just call me Wonder. What God put together, let no man put asunder, or fall victim to the wrath of Shango's thunder. Side of these scammers and grifters, looking like the big red dog, I call him Clifford.
Wagwan. Wagwan. Yeah, man. We're gonna get into it again, man. It's Perma Glizzy. Perma Glizzy. West on the check-in. What's up, man? What's going on? DJ and Dougie, bang, bang. Bang, bang. Yeah. Couldn't have it any other way, you know. Couldn't have it any other way. Oh, man, this community, let me tell you, man, very entertaining. These people are so entertaining. You don't need to watch TV. You do not need to watch TV. You could be fully entertained in this space, this community. These people here are bugging out. But let them tell us I'm just some old broke pleb, broke boomer, toxic maxi, nobody cares. Yo, nobody cares, man. We're gonna slow cook. We're gonna slow cook them today, man. We're gonna slow cook these people today. Yeah, man. We're gonna slow cook, you know? Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll be chefing it up on the ones and twos. A lot of people out here know how to cook too, you know what I mean? Shout out to the chefs. But in crypto, it seemed like a lot of people are cooking some trash, you know. Yo, folks can't wrap their minds around the fact that most cryptos out here are not worth anything. They're not. People lost their way, man. They're embracing Titanic X. Want to launch it on Pulse Chain, like y'all wilding, like, you know what I mean? Like, what's Titanic X doing for people on Ethereum? You made your money in Titanic X in the early days. Shout out to you. You know what I mean? I ain't a hater. You know what I mean? But you're not gonna try to convince me that that's something I need to like really focus on and be proud of its performance. Like, huh? But that's your people. People, look, man, they tell you they've been around for so long. That's not a win. The fact that you've been around for so long and you carrying on the way you carrying on after years of being in crypto does not suggest you are winning anything. You're just like you barely trying to hold on. You you're just gambling. You just been gambling for so long. You might as well say that. I'm gonna be like, yo, I've been around 7 years and I'm the real one, huh? You're the real gambler. That's the truth. Oh, I've been here so long. You know what industry I'm a part of? I've been working finance for 30,000 years. Okay? Yeah. I understand the monetary supply 1 and 2. Okay? I've been financially planning the Bilderberg and Trilateral Commission and the Rothschilds for, since I was swimming in my dad's nuts. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. These people in this community are now, all they do is sell you stuff. That's all they are. They're salesmen. salesmen and women, mostly men though, like men that you gotta, it's kind of like question mark because you're acting crazy bait, a lot of beta energy. You know what I mean? Yo, it's every day. It's every day, and like you gotta enjoy the day. First of all, salute to you for waking up today. You know, you got a chance to see another day. You opened your eyes. Some people haven't, but you did. You opened your eyes. You're grateful. You have your faculties, your wherewithal, and you're able to make something happen. You're able to make a change, or to at least make someone feel better today. That's a good deed. But don't come into post chain. You know what I'm saying? As far as with the drama, don't come here. You don't want to see any good deed. Like as far as good deed, keep your head low, mind your business, and do what it is that you do. These other people are crashing out. Let them crash out. You know what I mean? Let them do them. I don't care about anything they got going on. They're looking for a fan base. They're looking for people to believe in their stories. They're looking for supporters. They're looking for all of that so they could make money off you. This is what y'all gotta understand, man. A lot of these communities, these talking heads within Pulse Chain, that's all they're looking for. They need people because you have become their fuel to exist, to talk, to shill, to fleece, to lie to you, so they can feel important today. That's what you've become. You are their cattle. That's it. That's it. How does it feel? How does it feel to be treated as literally exit liquidity? How does that feel? But then they'll tell you this is Perma Glizzy. This will forever be glizzified on a permanent level. Because if you invest into some glizzy, glizzy burn, glizzy meme, you'll win permanently. No, they will win because they will continuously extract value. These terms, this is what's happening, yo. They're extracting in a permanent glizzified way. Like they even are at odds with themselves. A lot of these folks that have been here since the beginning are at odds with themselves. What does that tell you as an end user? We're coming in, witnessing the shenanigans that are taking place on Pulse Chain. What does that tell you when you know nothing from nothing? All you'll get from me is old man talking. I don't care. That's all you'll get because like they say, and it's true. I don't work for anybody. I don't get allocations, right? No one throws any bags at me for me to shield their permanent glizzy tokens, their Perma Glizzy, Red Clifford, the glizzy dog coins. Like no one, you know what I mean? I'm not hooked up, plugged in, and nor do I want to be. I'm cool and completely grateful with what I have and where I'm at. Other people, right? They get paid off. They get bought. They've been getting paid off for years, right? Some people realize what was going on and, oh, well, they can't do anything anymore, but you stuck because the blockchain doesn't lie, right? That's what's going on here, man. Nobody, no, like folks, it's lawless right now, yo. It's wild west for real. All that talk that the alphabet agency be trying to inflict fear and then intimidate people into this space and make you feel like we're not going to have our cryptos for ourselves anymore. That's just jargon. That's just vaporware up in the clouds. Let them have those futile, nonsensical battles. We are on the ground level right here. We battling all types of forces, especially those of us that just want to stay pure, stay real, stay to the core, to what we got going on in this Pulse Chain ecosystem. If it wasn't for the thought for Richard Hart to even come up with Hex, if it wasn't for that thought in that man's mind, none of us would be here talking about what we talk about today. Like for that, you got to give props to where it's due, at least, at minimum, whether you believe in it or not. You here because of this thought that came from to this man's mind, and it brought 4.5 years later since the launch. Here we are, thriving, right? More than budding, just thriving, doing what we have to do, handling business. But a lot of people just fell off the wagon, literally. Like they're like, "Oh, Geronimo," and they want company. They want to take you down with them, to feel better. They're miserable. So the old adage, right, is true. As corny as it may sound, misery loves company. These people, it's supposed to be rich, and they behaving like this. Constant fleece after fleece after fleece, glizzy after glizzy after glizzy. But you rich, you retired, you doing this, you doing that. What happened? You bored? Got nothing else better to do but to introduce glizzy tokens every day? Different glizzy, after glizzy, after glizzy, after it's Perma Glizzy. That's it. That's what you're doing. People are already pissed off that everything is under sack price. I mean, everything, meaning the, Richard Hart tokens are under sack price, all this and that. And so they want to tie that energy to something new that they got going on, glizzified. So you could think, oh man, there's an opportunity for me to make a way to profit off my losses. Wrong. Rest in peace, Charlie Murphy. Wrong. And unfortunately, it's the same talking heads that have been talking for a very long time, since the beginning of this community, that are steering people in these crazy directions. Because folks don't know who to believe. A lot of people are coming in, they're new. Like I hear it. I hear the new voices that are coming in. Because why? I say I try to be tapped in as possible, even though I live a blessed life. But I still try to remain abreast as to what's going on, because things move fast. And so you hear people ask questions about things and such and such, such and such. And then they see the shenanigans that's going on. It's like, why would they want to stick around? I get it. Because so many people have just lost the plot. They just lost the plot. And we'll tell you today that they've updated their worldview, right? They have a different outlook. Things are not what they used to be. And so you have to adapt. Adapt to what? Fleecing? Adapt to scamming? Adapt to grifting? That's not new. You give up. You've been that. You can't just tell me all of a sudden you just woke up today and say, I've updated my worldview and I'm going to talk about all these glizzy coins. If you haven't been about all those glizzy coins from day one, what changed? Why such a drastic change in your messaging? Huh? No, you were faking the funk from day one. You made people believe that you were about one thing, but you really were about something else. You told people in the public, oh no, I am the face of what's real. I am the face of the core principles. I am all about the delayed gratification. I stake long term. I'm about that life. Privacy, anonymity, all that. Yes. Yeah. Y'all that listen to Survivor and follow that, you are Survivor. You all of that. You all about all that. You did all that. Yeah, no, because behind the scenes is something else. And today, see, it takes too much work and energy to put up an act. It takes too much work to fake the funk. You understand? So after a while, you get tired. The chinks in the armor start to appear because it's taking too long for you to put up an act. The real you has to come out in the public. It's been out behind the scenes, but in the public, it has to come out. And it's coming out, and you're looking crazy in these streets. You got to turn down Glizzy Highway, get off the ramp, and get to Glizzy Boulevard, make a right turn, and then you get to Glizzy Avenue. And all you're doing is glizzied out. You are just glizzied out. That's it. That's all you're about. No one even talks about just even simply not financial advice, buy Pulse Chain, buy Pulse X, Hex, or ignoring. That's like a taboo. It's like a curse to even talk about that, right? Why do you think that is, right? Why do you think that is? These people weren't about anything. They weren't about anything from the door. And that's why so many people they just feel like, you know what, why am I even a part of this? Yo, to hell with this. But then you got to remember, why are you in this? What you in this for? What's the purpose? You know, you don't respect cycles. You don't respect the fact that, these things go up and down. You don't respect, you think everything is supposed to fall on your lap when you want it. It doesn't work like that. How you expect 10,000x in a year? How you expect 10,000x in a day, a year, a month, all these things? Did it take those other premier blockchains or early blockchains, the OG blockchains, 10,000x in a day, in a week, right? It took time. Blockchain, all this, it take time. And then you're dealing with all these forces that can't stand Richard. They can't stand what he did. So you fighting animosity, vitriol, all this negative energy and pressure from external, from without, and from within. And from within on multiple fronts. Because these people that switch sides try to make you believe, oh no, they switch sides for the better of Pulse Chain, so it could expand, so more people can come and see what's going on. But they lost the plot because they weren't solid within themselves. So how do you expect them to be solid to you with their outbound and outward messaging? Where's the consistency, right? Because that's what at some point you have to follow. You have to consistently follow a system that works for you, not consistently follow someone who's giving you and presenting you absolute contradiction, who can't even really explain their concepts of what they got with some Perma Glizzy to a 5-year-old without allowing that 5-year-old to be confused. You hear some of these people talk about the projects they're launching. You're like, yo, you don't, nobody needs this. You don't even need it. You just need to make money. You don't want to work, so you just want to live off the people. That's all people have done in this community. Donations after donation, sacrifice after sacrifice. They just want to live off the community. Folks entering the community, building their popularity off the community, right? Don't have to worry about nothing because the community is going to throw the money at them. With not a problem, with no effort, no reason. Oh, we like you, we think you're charming, think you're smart, and then you get some kind of fake cosign from some people in the community, some fake leaders in the community. Oh, and then that's it. It's off to the races. You get all the support you want, and we're gonna show you. We're gonna throw millions of dollars at you. Millions. That's what's happened already, people. This is not make believe talk. This is not conspiracy. This is what's happened already. Folks entering the space, entering the community, built their popularity off the unsuspecting naivete of these people in this community, made millions, and what have they given back? Have they given back anything remotely close to what they received as far as sacrifice funds? Right? What time? What? Their face? Their face is not going to, enrich and create generational wealth for a soul. Nothing. It's just what's this all for? What's this all for? Do you rather be someone who's independent in a sense where you're independently moving towards your own plan, your own trajectory, following the destiny that's been laid out for you? You in crypto, you're trying to figure things out, and you have to on your own make a decision on how you're going to utilize what's available, or you're going to allow some people who do not have your best interests at heart. It's reflected on the chain. You're going to allow them to steer you, to guide you, to lead you to what type of promised land. Well, what are you doing this for? You might as well not even be in crypto, because if you can't hold on to crypto, why are you even in crypto? Point blank, period. There's nothing more to talk about or to ask about. It's just that's just what it is. That's basic stuff too. In addition to not your keys, not your coin, et cetera, et cetera. If you can't hold the shit, don't even be in it. Because it's not for everybody. It really is. It's not for everyone. This thing teaches you about yourself every all the time. And you seeing who are just here to be salespeople. That's it. And a lot of them pretend like they have, they're just as regular as you are. No, they're not. No, they're not. To me, they're like sheep in wolves' clothing. They are sheep in wolves' clothing. They pretend like they're aggressive, they're hardcore, they're fighters, they want to fight for everything great in crypto. No, it's not about that, because they're showing you how weak they are. They're showing you how internally broken and fractured and fragile and dysfunctional that their lives are, how miserable they are, because they show you imbalance, they show you instability. They can't sort of like toe the line in a way that just indicative of what towing the line even means, because everything they show you is the opposite of what they talk about. It's easy to say everything and anything you want, thinking that people want to hear how great you are, how kind of a person you are, how smart you are, how likable, and blah blah blah. This is about money. Nobody cares. Give me what I need, and then I could do me. But people want more, and then they find that, oh, you're weak, you're vulnerable, you're unsuspecting, you're not knowledgeable. Okay, I could tell you whatever I want about the Glizzy coin. I could tell you what I want the Glizzy contract, the Glizzy protocol, the layer 1 Glizzy, layer 2 Glizzy, liquidity pool Glizzy, everything Glizzied out. Yeah, because you're gonna join my Glizzy and enterprise, right? And I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna get in exchange for the Glizzy, and I'm gonna get rich while you try to figure out which of my Glizzy projects you should ape into, thinking that you're gonna get something, but in reality you're not. You're just gonna lose. You're just gonna lose, because it's all been a ruse. And this is what you're seeing and witnessing, folks. It's more than just about, oh no, now it's the markets are sideways, this and that, that and this. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. And it's nothing new under the sun, folks. Folks have been doing these things for a long time in crypto. A long time. This is not brand new. Everyone wants to think about a new thing that they could create and innovate and bring to the world. A lot of times these things have fallen short. Been hearing it for years. How many groups of people, how many individuals, how many, just whatever minds can come together and bring something, and they make you feel like, oh man, I didn't even understand, I didn't even know the world needed this, but you made me believe that we need the Glizzy. We need the Glizzy more yesterday than today. So it's like, yo man, I got what do I have to spend to get some Glizzy? Because you got the Glizzy, you created it, man. Wow. And I'm here. Wow, I'm so fortunate. Let me buy into your Glizzy, man. What we doing? And then the minute you buy, you discover it's not what you were promised. And then folks are giving you other terms now, other trying to protect themselves from getting sued, and tell you, oh, this is all experimental. Oh, this is an experiment. As if you just lab rats, right? And mice. Experiment. This is what we calling it. So you could what type of crackerjack lawyer told you, oh no, say experiment, so that you won't face any backlash from people that just call it an experiment, because that'll safeguard you. Jailhouse lawyer talk type shit. Like, what are you talking about, man? I don't need some strange weirdos, extra strange people who I'll never meet create an experiment to play with me and my time and my money. That doesn't work like that for me, man. That's me though. That's me. These people, they have no clue what they're doing. People who've been in this space, in this community, not even crypto space, DeFi, in this community from the beginning, do not have a clue as to what they're doing, and they've been showing you, and it's just been revealing. It has nothing to do with my opinion. You got some guy that just launched a coin. Like, what is he doing, yo? Oh, some V2, like you doing something V2. Oh, because Pulse X, because you scared about some feedback, blowback from Richard Hart or whatever other maxis looking at you weird. But you launch your coin, oh yeah, V2, blah blah blah. But then you also have your coin on V3, 9mm. And but no, it's all an experiment. And because you've been worthy, you've been a worthy voice, and you've had to come out of your pocket to do conferences and all this and that. Oh, but we're testing experiment. Everybody testing an experiment on how to get paid. That's all it's about. You don't want to be left out. You see anybody and everybody telling you they launching this, they launching that, and they making money, and you mad because you still sitting and still waiting for RH tokens to soar. Just be true. Just be real. Stop acting like, oh no, some altruistic, noble, just like an honest experiment I'm trying to do because I'm a nice person. Nah, man. Just say you frustrated. Just say you angry. Just say you can't wait anymore. You want to test something out. You want to make a bag. Can the community help you? You probably garner more respect if you were open like that. You'll probably be respected more if you were just that honest and pure. Maybe you wouldn't, but maybe you would. And people try to tie other things. Oh no, because the principality of the mality of the formality of the ego and then the morality and ethics and altruism and blah 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 is propelling me and compelling me to launch my own vanity coin. What? Come on, man. Just say it's a money grab. You want to get paid. You don't want to work. You don't, right? You don't want to be on anybody's payroll. You just want to be on the community's payroll. So the community can fund your lifestyle. Just say that. Just say you hurting. Yeah. Your money ain't right. And you watching people launch left and right, and you feeling away because you look like you're sitting on your hands and you're not getting none. You want a piece of the action. But they're not gonna say that, man. LaDania Moore in the building. What's going on? Appreciate it. Clash 716. Appreciate it. Coin Critic, what's going on? Another week of crypto fool selling. Yeah, you already know, man. Yeah, man. Glitzy nickels, man. Them glizzy dimes. Cookie de chocolate said, what's up, everybody? So, appreciate it. Appreciate you coming through. Cookie de chocolate. Hope you're doing well. Saying what's up to Alan. Disciple, man. What's going on? He said you want a bag. Yeah. One critic said the people said. I won't launch a coin then. Doesn't have a ticker, then well, I find this going exactly. This is what it is. This is where we are. This is what's it's become. Exactly. It's just been double talking. It's just been absolute double talking, mixed messages, sending mixed signals to these people, to the community, and then we're just left with those of us who think, oh man, duty calls. Hold on one second, folks. See, this is what happens when you're trying to build with the people, and you know what I'm saying. Things are crazy. Be back in a moment. Yeah, you already know. See, this is what happens. When you're telling people, this what Yeah, man. I don't know. Perma Glizzy, tired of the energy. But I try to at least present, my streams, my words or whatever, to sort of like present the other side of the equation. Because not everyone, listen, I understand the when you're eager to create something new to make money in a way where people won't get scammed. That's my thing. In a way where people won't get scammed. And guess what? 99% of that has been, ineffective. The most of many things in crypto. And if they're not scamming you, you waiting forever and a day to see something happen in these charts. A lot of projects have just gone by the wayside because they did not hold the interests of the people. This is the thing with these things. This is the problem with crypto that folks seem to forget. Like, if you really don't have product market fit to the point where a month from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, some point in the future, continuously, people care about buying your coin, selling your coin, holding your coin, trading your coin, investing with your coin, liquidity, whatever you want to do with your coin. If folks are not interested in continuously buying, it ain't going to work. It's just simply not going to work. People get bored, man. They have the attention span of a mosquito. It's the cabal again, man. The cabal, yo. It's the cabal, man. I keep telling y'all, man. It's the cabal again, man. See, man, you trying to rug me and all that, man. It is what it is, man. You can't stop the truth from shining. You can't stop it. I don't care what they try to do, what they try to tell you or sell you. Quick buy Glizzy while it's away. Exactly. What's this? Tin Top, what's going on too, man? What's up? It's a $20 stable coin experiment. Wow. My goodness, man. Like, and you see, they try to attach to that, like, oh, $20 stable coin. Oh. Okay, like, as novel, because that seemed like that's a clever idea, right? $5, $10, $20, $50, $100, like these stable coin, right? Denominations, like relative to fiat. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. But I feel like sometimes, and it could be feeling or whatever, people are doing a lot too fast. And you trying to grab onto some type of novel idea and run with it just so that you can get paid, because you want to just hide it and dress it up behind the term experiment. And folks, at this point right now, do you think folks want to continuously experiment while prices are sideways and everything is under sack like this? Like, you're going to continuously experiment and be distracted in 180 different positions and call yourself doing something? Oh, brand new revelation, revolutionary and avant-garde now at this point? Come on, man. Come on, man. And why you? Like, what have you done in crypto as far as launch anything to show that, that you deserve maximum support, or not even maximum support, that you deserve absolute trust? Trust no one in crypto, man. It's not personal. It's what it is. It's a trustless space. Trustless. You can trust people in real life, sure. This is about the bread. It's about the bread, bro. Brothers and sisters. It's about the money. What are these people doing for you? Because we all have to. If we don't work, use these blockchains, and if there's no community involvement, these coins go to zero. It doesn't work. So we understand that, but it's still left up to us as individuals to decide what we're gonna participate in and what we're gonna leave alone. Point blank. Period. I don't need Perma Glizzy. Keep your Perma Glizzy energy, because I could care less, because up to you, there were 30,000 other iterations of some Perma Glizzy, of some Glizzy this, Glizzy that, all types of stuff. And how have they worked out? And what makes me think you now today are going to bring us the holy grail of crypto, and I'm supposed to switch off whatever I got going on and witness your experiment unfold? Because this is another double talk that they do. Because this is Perma Glizzy double talk. Another thing they do, they'll tell you, oh no, we don't want you to buy, to protect themselves from getting sued, right? That's the thing. These people, whatever, man, these low vibration type of moves, they'll tell you, we don't want you to buy. We just want you to watch how things unfold. Watch the mechanics. Watch the operations. If you have an addictive personality, right, such as gambling, and you telling a gambler, listen, man, I got to play for you right now, yo. I got to play. It may not necessarily be for you, but I'm going to describe this play, this glizzy play, so well. You're going to want to, you just going to want to be my, not only do you're going to want to be my friend, you're going to want to buy into whatever I'm selling you, what I'm describing to you. Because I tapped into I pushed all the right buttons. I said everything right that I needed to say, because I know you have an addictive personality. I said all the sweet things I needed to say to get you caught up hook, line, and sinker. And then I'm going to tell you, no, don't buy. Make you sweat more. Make you become anxious. Make you experience that nasty grip, that nasty emotional tie and bond they call FOMO. Because I'm going to tell you, this glizzy project that I'm dealing with, that I'm saying that you and the rest of the world, everybody who's listening needs, you shouldn't buy. You should just watch. Just watch. What do you think? What do you think the gambling person is going to do? What do you think these people that suffer from all these types of addictions are going to do? These degenerate behaviors. What do you think they're going to do? Come on, bro. It's not hard. It's not hard. They're going to buy. But what protects you is you going to say, oh, no, I didn't buy. I didn't tell them to buy. You got folks who, they just don't have a clue. You launch something and somebody gifts you some bread. So whatever thousands of dollars to add into your liquidity, right? Oh, so that's your experiment. You want to just see how that goes and this and that. And shout out to the people who put who challenge that, yo. Shout out to the mind that challenges you. Not no less than 24 hours later, I look at my timeline. Oh, the liquidity was pulled. Why was the liquidity pulled? You're inexperienced. You're inexperienced in this. But you want folks to lend you their trust, lend you their money. You don't know what you're doing. Exactly. Like, exactly, man. Exactly. Like, it's just, in the meantime, while everything is sideways and the founders battling the alphabet agency, the alphabet boys and girls, this is the part for people to just run rampant, launch Glizzy every day, throughout the day, every day, until whatever, until things, whatever, change. That's what's happening now. People are launching trash after trash after trash, and they're trying to tell you that their trash is going to outlast. They're trying to also let you know that they're, excuse me, the reason why I say trash is because most of crypto is just trash. So take it how you want, man. I'm tired of like trying to explain things to the simplest terms. It's what it is. People think Pulse chain is trash. People outside of crypto think all of crypto's trash. So who cares? So you're launching this and you're launching that. Why you could? This is the thing. You continuously have to do this to grab the interest of the people. You've been in this community so long, you didn't even know that before you launch something that's supposed to launch a coin from another sub-community, that's supposed to burn a coin for another sub-community, you were not aware that the sub-community was going to feel away because you didn't have them involved in your project burning situation. You didn't think that they were going to feel away. You didn't think that they were going to feel upset. You put iGlizzy on the map and you burning tokens for another sub-community, and you don't think that sub-community, and didn't include them and say that, oh, things didn't, it wasn't like a smooth situation, and we moving forward, we want to screen everybody because all the shit corners want to throw everything at. If you burning it, everybody want to throw this stuff at you. Come on, bro. This and now you want to screen acting like, oh yeah, because we're so upstanding and this is what, people. You can't make this up. Y'all, my goodness, like what drives you? What's motivating y'all to do this? I'll tell you what's motivating. You can't keep still in your own skin. Greed is a super factor in all of this, right? Maximum greed. Losing their way. They're seeing other communities do things they want to join. Oh yeah, they launched this, launched that, launched this, launched that. Ego plays. Oh, I could do something better. I see how they're doing this there, and I think I have the secret sauce. I know they don't fuck with me, but you know what? It's okay because I know somebody who knows somebody who can give me the sauce, and this is what that. And that's what's happening throughout the whole thing among these different groups. You could see the behavior. You could read between the lines. You can see what's going on here, folks. They'll tell you something in public, and then behind do something else behind the scenes. But then you see, what they show you who they are. They show you the fact that they won't tell you, but they've been dumping hex the whole time. Been dumping, and then pretend like, oh, it's not them, that they're stakers. They stake long term and 15 years. BS. Nonsense. No, you haven't. Faking the funk. And how we know this is because you have people in their own circle who tell on them, who snitch them out. So it's not hard. Oh no, but people like me are toxic. No, I'm not toxic. Pulse Nation is not toxic. We just talk about what we talk about. Y'all just don't like to hear it. And then when other people say it, it's cool. You think everybody just like, oh yeah, it's just only about certain coins, Come on, man. You have a Richard Hart token or whatever, Hex, Pulse Chain, Pulse X, whether you got to have other coins to even access if you know what you're doing to get to Pulse Chain, unless you go through some kind of weirdo on ramp where you're taking a chance directly fiat to some type of website that'll allow you to change your fiat for Pulse directly or whatever. But most of the time you have to use other tokens. So y'all miss me with the toxic maximalist nonsense talk. It's just BS to fit your narrative, to create separation and division, to be incredibly divisive, right? So it could water down the power of the collective. That's all it's been doing. Everything shattered, because people allowed their immaturity to take hold. Their immaturity. It's all about me. It's all about my idea. It's all about what I'm doing versus what everyone else is doing. And if everyone thinks like that, where do you see the strength in the community? You don't. You don't see it in the charts. It's feeble. It's disgusting. It's down bad. It's crazy. But the flip side to that is taking advantage of everything while it's down. While everybody pissed off, most people are upset, hurt, they're quitting, jumping ship, losing the plot, launching trash after trash after trash after trash. You could stay focused and say, you know what? When there's blood in the streets, I'm going to take advantage. Simple and plain. When there's blood in the streets, I'm going to take advantage. Because when things change, and should everything soar, I'm going to look back at these times and say, oh man, I wish I should have, could have, and would have. It is what it is. RG, you talking to me about inaccuracy, but you glad I'm paying attention? You could say what you want. That's your right. But a lot of things that you talk about, I don't even know what aspect of what I'm saying is even inaccurate. I don't know what you're talking about, sir. I don't understand what aspect of what I'm saying here is inaccurate. Dude, bruh. You're going so listen, man. You talk about inaccurate. Inaccurate. Are you sure? Yo, you could hold your position. Do what you do. Do what you do. Do what you do. But I'm gonna say this. You, sir, I told you this directly, have been one of the main pillars, the main individuals that said that you told the line, right? That you fight for this community, right? Come hook or crook. You do what you can to go against every type of adversary and hold true to the tenets of all of this here. And you took the everything. You took the bull by the horns and did what you had to do up until what? Last year when everything changed with you? And you think what I'm saying is inaccurate? What are you referring to? You don't think you've changed? You don't think your perspective has shifted? You documented your efforts since day whenever you started. You said you and the rest of the 4 horsemen were the first streamers. What are you talking about? Represented Hex, this and that, and it's all about Hex, and you've been Hex, that diehard Hex from day one. To the point where you could easily say nobody is more diehard than you. Nobody more diehard than you. And up until last year, publicly, I would say the end of last year publicly, you shifted crazy. Now it's about embracing every builder that's coming to the Pulse chain, which you cannot even stop. Who can gatekeep any type of crypto that's supposed to be DeFi? But you hear the principles of how, oh, gatekeep this and that, that, and this. You embrace all of these builders. When there were builders, there's builders over here already, whether we want them to come to the chain or not, they're here. And within some of these builders, they're exhibiting grifting activities, scamming activities. But you're there as a platform talking about, oh no, we gotta welcome everybody, and this is what it is, and that it's not kumbaya. Is the world kumbaya? There's no friction going along or from a macro level. There's always going to be drama and beef and opposition. I'm trying to understand, what side are you on? Pick a side. You can't be like kumbaya, Mother Teresa with everybody when you're seeing all kinds of nonsense taking place. And that's inaccurate? You telling me that's inaccurate? Oh, you wildin', son. You wildin'. You tell me that's, you wildin'. What are you talking about? Come on, man. Paying attention. I'm absolutely paying attention. Been paying attention for years. Been paying attention for years. Gonna continue to pay attention. We're watching. You're like one of the main faces of this whole thing right here. You let them speak, right? You let them speak. You can let them speak. You let everybody speak. You let them all speak. It's cool. You know, folks are not always going to agree. But, you know, I like to err on the side of what's right for me. I like to err on the side of what's been factual from what I've seen. I like to err on the side of truth. You kidding me? Can you explain? Can you explain? Can you clearly explain? Because I've seen it with my own eyes. I'm watching you guys. You're part of a community now, a sub-community within the community of the community. Everything is about some sub-community. You are part of a project, sir. Explaining the project, and it's bringing nothing but confusion. Explain it to a 5-year-old. Because crypto is supposed to be, right? You think most people care about all these hoops and hurdles that you have to explain your project to a 5-year-old, to a person, normal person, normie, no corner, whatever. And how can this project benefit them in their life? What is it? What are you talking? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? How does whatever you got going on helping, benefiting end users in Pulse Chain, end users of Hex, end users of PulseX, end users of any coin that's bringing nothing but benefit to people on the chain? Outside of anything grifting, anything scamming, because you're burning and this and that and that and this, how are you going to keep the people interested in buying into whatever project you got going on? Can we talk about your project? Do you think we have enough interest? Do you think the people are going to be interested in talking about your project for another year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? People are still talking about Hex today, whether they like it, whether they hate it, whether they love it, because of the product market fit. Most coins in this community, in crypto period, are trash. No one cares about, no one talks about. And you want to reinvigorate certain things by burning this, that, this subcoin from that derivative token and this and that and that. And this, why? It's because people don't understand that those projects lost or don't have a strong product market fit like Hex. If it weren't for Hex, we wouldn't be here talking. If it wasn't for that one idea from that man's brain, we wouldn't be here talking about what we're talking about. Everything else is, oh, pay attention to me for the time being. 6 months from now, I want to see how things work. A year from now, time is going to tell. But up till this, listen, man. Up till now, I'm going to focus on what matters. I'm going to focus on the core. I'm going to focus on what somebody created that people still talk about 4.5 years later. Not some new stuff that people are talking, and it's a chance that I do not have the tolerance, I know for myself, to gamble on new things from new people that haven't proven anything about anything on the blockchain. Because Hex had to prove itself. Post-chain still has to prove itself. But at least Hex is somewhat established 4.5 years later. And then you have a slew of everything else fighting and pining for attention and everybody's monetary energy and everything. Come on, man. RG, come on, man. What are we talking about? I don't know. Listen, RG, glad you're here. You know what I'm saying? That's facts. But RG, everybody watching what you're doing, man. I'm not the only one. Everybody watching, and I got my own questions because I'm not understanding your moves. I am not, bruh. And I'm just one person out of 8 billion people out here. I'm not understanding your moves. And you know what? We gonna talk. We have to talk. Let's do it. Let's talk. All right. We're gonna talk. No, it's not. I don't think you don't know you're being watched. I know you've been. Listen, I know you're being watched 100%. More than I'd like to know. 100%. You're putting yourself out there. You are. You're towing a line. You're towing a certain line. But it seemed like you're drifting other places to where no man has gone before, and it's looking kind of crazy for those who are like, "Yo, man, come on, man. We try to follow people who did things that allowed them to see success." I'd put the link in the chat right now, but I can't stay long, and I'd like to, you know what I mean? But we trying to follow the same steps that allowed people to see success and yield success, right, in this space. You're one of them. You're one of them. And when I'm seeing you veer off, it's like, yo, but what, bruh. No, that's not cool. All those things like threats like that, that's not cool. There's nothing cool about that. There's nothing cool about death. And I've been doxxed myself, you know, and not to the level of, you know, death threats, but I've been doxxed like very uncomfortable. That's why I continue to do what I do the way I do it. I showed my face before years ago, but I've been doxxed myself too. Pull my coat and, you know, it's not a comfortable situation. And I know you put your neck out there, but the thing about it is, while you're putting your neck out there right now, you're just exposing, it's like you're exploring other avenues. You're exploring other things, which isn't necessarily wrong, right? But I'm looking at how things are so risky in crypto already, and you're giving all these other people attention. It's cool, but not many people will understand and discern truth from the fake, the real from imposter. And so when they see you talking to certain people, they're like, oh, okay. Because by default, a person's research only goes as far as a YouTube or a Twitter post or a Telegram chat or Twitter spaces. People don't verify and do research. If they like you and they see you speaking to somebody about something, you giving them a chance, more often than not, they're going to give the person that you're allowing to speak a chance because they like you. And indirectly then like the person, if the person becomes or appears to be personable, knowledgeable, doing something that's supposed to be helpful to others. And then you become attached to that by default. And when shit goes south from the other party, and then you gave them a code, it's like, oh, okay, look, man, that's how this whole thing with crypto promoters and shillers and all these people, you know, they become responsible and we look at them crazy for years. For years, people came into this community, right? Had good intentions. Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to the chat, but I'm interacting with RG. They came into, look, man, I got like a good 15 minutes. I'm going to drop the link, RG. I'm going to drop the link. What we doing? It's in the thing. If you can talk, I'm invited if you can talk. But when people, let me finish my thought. When people see, if you speaking to somebody, they create something, folks like you, and they see who you're talking to, and they like what the person you're talking to is doing, okay. And then come find out things may not work out. That leaves a stain on everybody's reputation. They had a bad experience all around, and then you're gonna be the focal point. You're the common denominator because if it wasn't for you, folks wouldn't know. So and so. So it's like, come on, man. Come on, man. That's all. Like, that's not all, but that's one of the things. Mistake. That's one of the things, RG. Like, RG, man. Like, I'm not understanding. I'm just not. Maybe, I don't know. That's the thing, man. I came into this whole thing like, yo, like I said, I have crypto in places that I forgot because I came into crypto like just not knowing anything, like anybody else, not knowing anything, and experimenting with many things. Some call it degen, doing all that. Yeah, degen out, all that. That's how that's why I'm familiar with these things. You don't think is I could degen? I could absolutely degen. You just got to have some kind of self-control. Back in the days, it was crazy. It was nothing to get into some new thing, a new thing after a new thing, ICO, all that stuff. It was the thing to do, especially on Ethereum. But all of it was a ruse. Most of it was trash. And I'm watching the same characteristics and habits and tactics and same things, strategies occur and unfold now. And it's like, I'm asking myself, what is this all for? Do I want to repeat the cycle of loss? No, I want to repeat something else. I don't want to keep doing the same thing, looking for a different result. I was exhibiting and I was acting like an insane person because that's all I kept doing. gambling. That's what I was doing. That's why I could talk my talk. I was acting like an insane person because that's all I kept doing.
Let me turn this off.
Salute. I hear an echo.
Can you? Yeah, it should be off now. Sorry about that.
It's all good. Salute, RG. What we doing?
Salute to you, man. Salute to you. I've been waiting a long time to talk to you. You know, every time I look, I love your show. I love your approach.
Appreciate it.
I love how you bring the reality. A lot of the times I've been the critical end of your podcast, and I've asked to speak to you about it because I'd like to straighten out some of the inaccuracies, because there are, and that's not just because you're coming from a different angle. It's you are speaking sometimes about things you don't know of, and I would never speak about you about things I don't know of, and put a vision of what I thought was going on out to the public about you. And I felt I deserved, some kind of conversation to at least speak to these things. I've been here from the beginning. I don't hold that above anybody, but I've acted in a certain way in this community that should garner some at least, hey, can I have an answer, versus people accusing me of things. And that's what hurts the most, because I've never came at anybody in this community sideways. And I think a lot of times people can conceive that as leaning in or endorsing. But that's not who I am. That's not what I'm about. I give everybody their room, their rope to hang themselves with.
RG, let me just say this. Yeah. Don't forget what you're going to say. My streams are janky. Like, my internet connection is trash. So at some point or any point, if this cuts off, I'm jumping back in. You'll be by yourself, but I'm jumping back in. It's like I didn't get to the bull run euphoria yet. So, you know what I mean? Like, as far as being able to,
I don't want to take up your show either.
I'm just letting you know.
If you want to,
do you like? No, it's all good. I'm just saying, like, right now, at any point, if it cuts off, it's not because. Gotcha. I'm just explaining. Yeah, I'll be right back. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
So anyway, and not only do I like your approach and your message, and even some of the things that you are critical about make me think about myself and what I'm doing. So you've influenced that in me, just to let you know. And I have looked at things, but I've always looked at things. Everything that I've done in this community, I've been the guy that's been able to take the bullets, take the arrows, dodge the stuff that has come at me, take the inner community attacks, the outer community attacks, the attacks from my own personal life for being a crypto guy, my own family being put at risk. I've been able to survive all of that. And I didn't survive that because I'm a scammer. I didn't survive that because I didn't listen to Richard Hart. I didn't survive all that because in my real life, I didn't survive other things that were worse, like growing up in Inglewood and, being in the Marine Corps and all the things that I've gone through in my life. I'm a survivor, and I know what I'm doing as far as I know how to take care of those people around me. And I've always embraced this community and everybody in it, and even the pirates, even the misfits, even the worst of us, I embrace. Because here's the one thing I know, that there was a time one day when I lived under a bridge and sticking a needle in my arm. And if I was able to come out of it because somebody was able to put their hand out and say, I'm gonna give you a hand up, not a hand out. Then if somebody could do that for that guy, then I got to be the guy that does that for everybody else in this community. Because if we're not going to all come together, we need somebody like that. We need somebody who embraces even the worst of us. Now, is it right? No, it's not. I've worked with a lot of men who have done bad things and gone out and done bad things again. Do I still love them? Yes. Do I love what they did? No. Do I want people in this community to get hurt? No. Do I want anybody bilking this community? No. Do I want to see people taking their last dimes and putting it into something that they shouldn't? No. Now, I understand that we can get complacent. And I think that one of my biggest maybe problems, issues, or criticism of myself is that I've gotten complacent. And that's what the bear market has done to me. That's one of the things that has happened to me, is that I assumed too much. I assumed that too many people here already know about things, already know about the pitfalls, already know about the dangers, already know about the back alleys that they should not be going down. I made that assumption versus protecting people like you do. And that's what I like, is that you go out there and you try to protect those and tell them, don't go chasing waterfalls, right? And I may have not have been that guy because I've been so busy with this and that and trying to keep things up during the bear market and dealing with inner community, people that I used to be associated with or affiliated with, or who were favorable to me and me, them, coming at me sideways now and threatening me and saying, hey, next time you go here, I'm going to tear your face off, or next time this happens, or watch what happens when you go here, or that kind of shit. And I don't buy into it. It's not, they're all hot pocket eating, basement dwelling motherfuckers that I don't really worry about. But the bottom line is it still hurts. And that's not what I'm in this community for. I'm trying to give back as much as I can. And to whom much is given, much is expected. When I made it in Hex, let's face it, I made it in Hex. I was one of the first to get in, and I was in crypto since 2014. So I had a way of getting in that most people, wouldn't expect and or be able to. And it changed my whole life. And I could have walked away at that point. I could have walked away. Me and my family would be very, very happy right now if I'd have walked away. But I didn't. I had a philosophy of to whom much is given, much is expected. And I saw what you see out there, that there are people getting wrecked in crypto, that were people that needed a message. And that's why I stayed. Now, is it my message now? It doesn't appear to be. It doesn't appear to be. But at heart, it still is. And I have been listening to you lately because I have felt it. Like you said, I see this, RG. I see this. And I'm telling you, I feel this. I feel this. And who's my audience and who am I talking to anymore? And what's going on in this community? Because I'm seeing the divisions, and I'm seeing the vitriol, and I'm feeling it. Because it's a lot of it, like you said, and centers on me. And I got this camp that wants me to talk to them, and this camp that doesn't want me to talk to them. I got this friend and this friend that are mad at each other that, come at me like, fuck you, RG, because you like him or you like him. Man, I spend more time in the telephone talking about stupid shit than I do about real crypto and real things for us to go out and do to support what Richard Hart has left us to. We are the custodians right now. Richard has walked away. And I'm an astute student of Richard Hart. Not only do I believe in his tenets, but he has, not he has. I've helped to tend to his flock. If there is a flock, if there is people that are listening to his tenets of crypto. I've attended to that, and I'm not talking on a personal. I don't want it to sound weird. I'm just trying to associate it with something. Like we have tenets here that we've been given, and you operate within those, and I do too. And the things I've never brought, we talk about the cryptos now, and I don't want to talk about that here because I don't want people to think I'm endorsing it, because I am not endorsing it. I'm not. And I know that you said, and one of the things that I'd like to fix an inaccuracy on is that you said that, it's a grift for me to say, I don't want you to buy it. It's not. It's still in my heart to protect people, to stay away from these things. Now, do I think that what has been built is good and just? Yes. Why? Because I was in the background watching it be done, and I know the people who did it and why they did it and everything about all of the community that was built, the the work that was behind it, the developers that were behind it, who they're associated with within the Pulse Chain community, the audits, all of that stuff. But I don't want to put that on the table for people, because I don't want people to think that there's, because what happens is these things do go up and down, whether they're good products or not. They hurt people whether they're good or not, because people don't know how to control themselves. They especially new people in crypto, they want to get rich. They see the glizzy wonder in their eyes, right?
Right.
And Hex did that for us, or for me, but it was a different situation. Hex was the GOAT. Hex is the solid crypto. Hex was better than Bitcoin. All of those things. Hex is all those things. And I didn't have sparkles in my eye when it happened. I knew who Richard was and what he was doing, what he said he was going to do. And I trusted in Richard at that moment. Now, that was a hard thing to do at that time, because nobody liked Richard. You know, most of my bros in crypto who are now all in jail, were like, that guy's a scammer, when in actuality, they were all scammers. You know, that guy, you should stay away from that guy. And I was like, no, he seems a lot different than some of you. And he was, and he's proven himself.
Right.
Hex has proven itself. And all these other things haven't. But DeFi is here. Pulse Chain is here, and it brings DeFi, and it gives us tools to do things on. Now, people, exactly what Wonder is saying. These things are all shots in the dark, and you don't know. And some of you don't sit in dev meetings and watch cryptos be built. Some of you don't know personally the people that are building these things. So that's why I find it disingenuous for me to step up and say, hey, everybody, this is what I'm doing, and this is why I know. No, I haven't done that. In fact, that coin was launched 3 months before anybody knew it was even there, so that we could watch it and not let the bots. So we did everything that we could within the tenets. And even in our meetings, we talked about the tenets of what how would Richard Hart build a crypto? And even the people that he was associated with, we've worked with. So those are the things that I want to correct the accuracies about. But here's the thing. I don't want anybody in here to go and mess with that stuff. I don't. I really, really don't. Because if you are here and you're looking for a solid way to change your fate in crypto, Hex is the way to do it. And that's what I've always said, is that people should be looking at Hex for, if they're looking at building a crypto portfolio, Hex is the GOAT. Period. End of story. Anything else, liquidity providing, any other coins, anything built on the Richard Hart ecosystem, any of that stuff is all things that you should be very, very cautious with, and go out and learn as much as you can about every aspect of those things. Because crypto is more than just code. You got to know the teams and the people and the money behind all that stuff. And that's hard to do. So if you can't, then you should stay away from them. And that's basically my message.
RG.
That's all I really wanted to say. Yeah.
RG, I appreciate you for what you've done in the community, right? This is why I'm going to address what you said about the inaccuracy point about, what I said, as far as just basically watch the technology. I'm going to tell you why that didn't land too well with me when I saw that stream, when you said, I don't want you to buy anything, just watch the tech. RG, your words, your position, even your authority is too powerful for people to just be left to watch a technology that's being launched on a chain, that's being done by people you trust, that's supposed to help coins be burned, taken off the market, deleted, whatever you want to call it. Good things are supposed to happen. And you understand how weak and vulnerable people are. And for you to just say, just don't buy, watch the technology, it's almost like a play on words. I'm not disrespecting you by saying that, because you understand what I'm saying. You're an intelligent person. And I didn't take that well, because I know me. if I fuck with RG, because I do, that's why I feel the way I feel, bro. Right? And you giving me a message telling me you co-sign these people. They're 100% authentic. The work is done. You've witnessed it. You've seen it. And you understand where we are as an ecosystem in this chain. Under sack price, RH fighting these alphabet agencies, legal, this, that. People making money hand over fist, whether they're launching meme coins. This sub community got all this stuff going on while some of us are just holding, DCing, whatever's going on. You understand the sentiment from multiple fronts. And you telling people, just watch the technology for what I'm a part of now. Bruh, there is no way I'm going to watch the technology if I know I've been a degenerate. That's how I got here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not being authentic to me in a sense. Like, that messaging, it's not landing well. Because I'm going to do the exact opposite of watching. Because if this candle keeps going up, I'm losing out. And I know how that feels. And I'm not going to experience it again because I missed Hex. I missed all these other things. You know what I mean? You're appealing to the sensibilities of those who want more by telling them just, that's what I meant by saying what I said. Because people listen to you, RG. They listen to you more than you think. And I'm not saying you don't know. You don't know me from a can of paint, but you more than the rest of them are visible. You're right there, bro. You're right there, and you connect with all types of demographic. Many of them can't. I'm sorry, your counterparts, they are what they are. Bless their hearts. But you touch the people from different colors across the entire spectrum, and you bring this message, bro, that you're part of something that's just going on, that you trust these people. And crypto's supposed to be trustless. You trust these people and everything they got going on, and this and that and that and this, but don't buy. I get the don't buy, but some people just suffer from all kinds of, I don't want to miss out. I got addiction issues, personality issues, this and that issues. I'm not that strong. And the time you launched that video, that stream I caught not too long ago, the price of Gifford retraced. You understand? You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, I know there's dips in the game, but this is what I'm saying. The perpetuation of like these certain types of activities that take place, and you're more than just a streamer to me. You're not a crypto YouTuber. You're not that. By default, you are a leader, one of the leaders. One that I would endear more than the rest of them, because a lot of them I don't respect because they have bold-faced lied to the community. I don't want to get into that conversation now because I'm talking with you, and that's mm-hmm. We need to go ahead.
No, I appreciate your criticism, or not even criticism, but your description of what you heard me say. And when I look at it in retrospect, I go, I see. And see, that's another one thing where I'm missing explanation or being complacent from being around so long and speaking so long and spending the time that I spend. It's one thing to see me on stream and spend the hour and a half that I spend on stream. It's another that, my wife ready to pack up and leave because I spend all my time in here working and doing other things, and the tour and all the stuff that we're doing, I retire from my job, a little over a year
Congrats.
ago. And now, thank you. And now
Congrats.
I'm working full-time crypto, and I spend more time in this office than I spent away, at work. So it's
right.
You got a lot. I got a lot going on. And, the movie and all the stuff still backing up from that. And so I listen to you because you speak to that inner part of me that says, hey, don't forget where you come from. Don't forget where you come from. And sometimes the criticism been harsh, and I haven't I haven't taken it lightly. So again, I want you to know that, and even hear what you say about my messaging, and I can see how that could be misconstrued. But how do you live in all these worlds, and how do you speak to the community? The team itself would like to see me out there, hey, go out and show this thing. We know it's good, and and it's like, no. And if you've watched how I have even spoke about this, it's been extremely light. It's been extremely infinitesimal.
Yes.
Because of exactly what you're saying. I have an accountability and a position within this community to act a certain way. If you don't have a leader that has integrity, then what do you have?
Right.
And whether or not I give myself that title, or the community gives me that title, or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's all about your actions and how you act. Leaders aren't given the title. Leaders don't take the title. Leaders earn that title.
Right.
And we have a leadership void in this community. We have a lot of people experimenting with different types of leadership. And I see it, and I go, how do I continue to be better? How do I continue to be a better leader? Because I've fallen short a lot. Here. I never asked for it. I just wanted to provide. I wanted to be, and I wanted to help the very same people that you're talking about, people in this chat room. I've always wanted to be here for that person, because I was that person too at one time. Right before Hex and everything, kind of hit, I was struggling. Me and my family were struggling. And I had built a pretty decent life, but I'd lost my job. COVID came, and things were tight, and I was going to have to start digging into my own savings, and working late at night as literally was working at night in the middle of the night as a janitor, cleaning freaking toilets out of college. And then things changed.
Yeah.
I got a new job and all that, and things started looking better. And then Hex hit, and then our whole life changed. But I've been there. I know, and I've been there many times in my life. I've been wealthy in my life, and I've been poor in my life. I like being wealthy much better than I like being poor. That's for damn sure.
Right.
But I've been there, and I've been there in crypto, where I got all my friends in, and then somebody scammed out or robbed us, or told us, oh, there's going to be a wallet, there's going to be a wallet, there's going to be a wallet. Getting this ICO while you're waiting, and then lose another 10 grand, and another 5 grand, and another 3 grand, and another grand. It's like, hey, pool your money with us, and we'll do this ICO, or it's all that stupid stuff, and we getting wrecked and wrecked and wrecked and wrecked. And I wanted to get out of this space, and I didn't ever want to be that guy. I didn't ever want to be that Telegram chat room guy that says, okay, now everybody dump, it disgusted me. And when Richard came, it was a breath of fresh air. And I don't ever want to forget where I come from with that. And, and I'm trying to be as forthcoming to that as possible when I talk about things. But again, in Richard Hart's spirit, I'm not going to be involved in things that are good, that I know can work, that I know make a difference in DeFi, and not go out and do it. Because Richard Hart, one of the, and again, I don't want people to think I'm using this as a promotion tool, but Richard Hart said, you guys want something done, you go out and do it. And I vetted a lot of people. I told a lot of people, no, fuck no, go away, leave me alone. There's still people knock on my back door all the time. Everything has been brought to me. All this stuff that's out there screwing people up right now, they all came to my door knocking. They wanted me, they wanted my money, they wanted my endorsement, and I wouldn't give it to them. I said, I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you about your thing. I'll let you speak. I'll let you put your rope out there, but you're not going to get an endorsement from me. I'm going to let the community decide. I'm going to let you guys decide. And unfortunately, and to my own dismay and to yours, those people that are weaker or have leanings and addictions and that kind of stuff, a lot of times end up being casualties from friendly fire, or casualties from my soft endorsement of those things, or perceived soft endorsement of those things. And that has always bothered me. Now, I don't usually hear about it. Those people usually just disappear, or maybe they become one of my haters or my detractors or something, because they went and got themselves wrecked in something that they saw on my show or saw me allow to speak. So that does weigh on me. It has weighed on me. And like I said, hearing you speak has given me the option to actually speak about it right now, and voice it and let people understand where I really come from, because that's one of the accuracies that I'd like to change, is that at heart and deep in my core, and from everything that I've done and what I've done here, I still want to be a good actor. I still want to be perceived as the person who is acting with integrity, and I don't want to hurt that little guy. But sometimes we can't save everybody,
Right.
And
that's true.
People need to listen to you when they have those tendencies. And I hope that you can help save more of them than I have been able to.
Well, appreciate that. You said that the question you asked, when you're dealing with different worlds, right? How do you sort of like go out there if you some people you want to support, how do you go out there? And that's a question that I guess ultimately, I mean, I don't have the answer to, because to be 100, I haven't done what you've done, right? I'm and like you said, I'm not as knee deep in these groups in this industry as you are. Like, so I don't even know. I'm kind of we're all living vicariously through you. And I haven't looked at it that way. The pressures, right? The external, when we talk about externalities, all these things that you have to manage and deal with. And then you come to this internet and it's, I'm accountable for everything I say and do in this internet, especially dealing with crypto and money. And I'm not saying but to negate, but all I can say in addition is, RG, you've kept, I think it's something that I saw you do up until you've opened you've become receptive to all these other projects and things. You were like, listen, man, even Pulse Chain has to prove itself. I'm Hex all the way. Like everybody have to prove themselves. Time will tell. And so I don't know. I'm not you, and I'm not gonna tell you how to. Who am I, right, to tell you how to do your work? I don't do what you do. You do what you do great. I can't do what you do. And so
you've never told me to do anything. You've challenged my processes. Right. You've challenged my thoughts. You've challenged, my core. That's what you've done. And without reciprocating conversation or understanding, those end up one-sided.
Right.
And I think that you're kind of understanding that, because I mean, when it comes down to it, I have meetings all day. I have 5 lawyers, 2 CPAs. Right. I'm working with Blizzard Entertainment. There are even bigger names that I can't speak of behind the scenes that are working with those projects, with the FanForge project, which is going to bring, Web3 NFT entertainment and things to the Pulse chain. I'm working on a lot of different things with a lot of different aspects and contracts. I'm signing NDAs and contracts all the time. It's a lot deeper than just me getting on stream and talking about how much I love Hex and how much I want to help this community. Right. It's all part of it, right? But it's my core, and with all that stuff going, look, and this wasn't my life. I've never had a life like this, like all of this stuff that's going on, all these handlers and people and businesses and stuff. And I mean, it's hard to sink into. Now I'm handling it as good as I can, I believe.
Right.
but I never want to forget where I come from. And I never want to forget the core of what all this really means and what it's about, you know. And with Richard being gone, it's even harder because, you know, we don't have real community tracks or guidelines to run on other than what he's given us in the past. And we can all pick and choose what he said in the past and react accordingly, you know. And some of us act like this and some of us act like that. Some of us take these words that he said and some of us take these words. And sometimes you just have to sit back and reflect. And a lot of the things that you've said on your shows have made me reflect. And some of the things I would like the inaccuracies pointed out just because they are being said publicly. And I don't want anybody out there in your audience, my audience, our audience, to think that I'm doing anything nefarious or I'm doing anything to try and harm this community, because that is the last thing that I would do. That's just who I am. I thought
100%.
that way. And everything that I've done has been a sacrifice. And I'm not talking about dropping coins for L1. I'm talking about, you know, the movie, not a dime. All of my time, effort, money went into making that movie. Now, all that's happened is I've been criticized for that. You know, I didn't do shit. It ain't worth the crap. You go, blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, you go do something then.
Right.
You know, I was just trying to do something here. And we thought it was big, you know, a movie, right? And it doesn't get much better than that, you know?
Right.
And so, anyway, like I said, I've enjoyed having this conversation with you. I think that it's good that we had it because, you know, I understand where you're coming from and I do appreciate your criticisms and they do make me think. So I want to give you that. But I want to make sure
Appreciate
that I don't get thrown under the bus with all the rest of the grifters out there. Because I know the grifters.
Let me ask you this. How much time you have?
I'm fine, man.
How much time?
I've got time. I've got plenty of time.
You got plenty of time.
I don't have to be next couple hours.
Okay, so let me ask you this because I'm an outsider looking in. Even though I stream, it doesn't mean anything. I just stream. I'm an outsider looking in, and again, you're involved, deeply involved in this space. So we see what's going on. You got a tour, which is incredible, right? Underway, and these efforts with listing on MEXC. Talk to me about that, because third party, right? Like, what are we doing? Like, help me break this down with this MEXC, and why do you think that is necessary? Go ahead.
Okay. Well, if I can talk to you about where it first comes from, kind of give you the history so you understand where I'm coming from and why I feel the way I do about it. Okay. We had an event in Atlanta, you know, and KC, she's the best. She's always finding us a place that we can do it on the cheap, or, you know, so that you can make this thing not come too much out of RG's pocket. So we found this place called the Blockchain Center of Atlanta. And we went to Atlanta, went to the Blockchain Center. We did our presentation. They brought a lot of their people there. Our Hexicans were there. People from all over down south came. And I met this gentleman named Marlon Williams. This guy was solid. Okay. He had a whole blockchain center that was incubating projects that were being built on Pulse Chain. We didn't even know this guy was in the community. And he was a solid crypto businessman and been in business for a long time, learned his history, broke bread with the guy all weekend, was a real good spirit. The project that he had, Project Pi, that they were working with, were just good, solid young men working really hard. I watched them work all night long, you know, on their project and doing their thing. They were building node validators for Pulse Chain. So I just like, wow, this is an unseen facet of the Hexican gem here that nobody. So anyway, Marlon created at that time we talked about it. I said, yeah, I'm putting together this thing called the Pulse Chain Foundation, and we're going to try and go out and get outside of the community adoption into Pulse Chain. And he goes, I know it's you know, against people's DeFi wishes in this, but we need an on-ramp from an exchange. That's how these how these cryptos getting recognized and understood. And I was at first I was a little, because I'm a DeFi maxi, and then as I learned what these things actually mean. And I remember early in the beginning when Richard was talking about, Hex is on a centralized exchange. There was a time, and I forget what the one it was. It was, what was it? Was it BitMEX or one of those other? Maybe it was MEXC. I don't know. Anyway, it was one of those exchanges that Hex was on and Richard was promoting. I'm like, okay, well, why was he promoting that at the time, saying that, hey, it is on a centralized exchange? And then,
okay,
the use case of a centralized exchange is an on-ramp, off-ramp. Now, and you've even said it in your last show,
right.
You said, we forgot to, my complacency again. And I'm like, God damn it, he's right. I didn't say that. And it was using that as an on-ramp and off-ramp. Because look, if you cash out in crypto, you got to turn it into cash, guys. You can't spend your crypto. In order for you to move crypto, USDC, anything back and forth, any gains you get from liquidity, anything, you got to move it back and forth through a centralized exchange, either Coinbase or Gemini or MEXC, one of these things. Now, the way RG does it, and the way you will do it in the future when you are taking gains, is that you will move your crypto from a stable coin through one of these exchanges and into your bank account immediately. And even that is dangerous. I was using TrueUSD. I sent a significant amount of money through TrueUSD and it stopped in the middle of the transaction. They held my money for almost 4 months. One of their money handling agencies or entities went insolvent at the time, so they shut the whole thing down until the state of Nevada shut them down. So my crypto was stuck, and they gave me this answer, that answer, this answer, that answer, and then it was like I got the letter saying your stuff is boom. But because of my connections, I was able to talk to the treasurer of Nevada, who was Zach Conine, who we if you don't remember, we helped to get him elected as the treasurer of Nevada, and we'll be happy to say that I think that he's going to be running for governor soon. So he's one of our crypto advocates. He gave me the inside scoop, said, hey, don't worry, my agency is the one that shut this down. We're doing an investigation. Keep sending letters and eventually, but it took 3 months. My money was released. I got my crypto back. I haven't used them TrueUSD since. And I really liked that platform because it was a escrow platform, meaning that when my bank saw the transaction, it wasn't a crypto transaction. It was an escrow transaction. So it looked like I sold a home, or it looked like I sold a business, versus I had crypto coming from Coinbase or Gemini coming into my wallet, because sometimes the banks will mess with you and, red flag or whatever. But if you're moving value into your bank, you need these spaces. Now, here's the problem with Pulse Chain is that if you go from Coinbase, Gemini, any of these others, you come into the Ethereum network with your USDC from these agencies. And that are these entities. And then you have to bridge that over to Pulse Chain, and then vice versa on the way back, bridge it out and in. A thing like MEXC, allows us to go straight into purchasing Pulse Chain from your bank account. So now you're coming into an exchange that gives you straight Pulse, and you take it straight to the network, off to your MetaMask, in, out. And that's the message that needs to be taught, is that you don't use these things to harness or hold your crypto. Your crypto is only passing through those things. And even then, I am proof that you can still be gatekept, hurt, harmed, or your crypto stolen from that process. So
100%.
Buyer beware. So the best thing for Pulse is going to be a native, built by the community, money changer that is going like what
the Coast.
Coast. Yeah. Coast. So Coast is going to be the one that's trying to do this. Now, because it's so difficult to get that money, changing license. That's what the issues that they're having is getting that proper. But MEXC already has it. So if there can be a temporary solution to get fiat to pulse and into your MetaMask wallet right away, that's the value of that MEXC option. Now, of course, will people be degenning on there and people be trading their pulse and holding it? Yes. But the people who hear what we're saying will only use it for what it really should be used for until there's a better solution. And that's what this is just another solution to offer this core group of DeFi people an option to get their money into and onto the chain easier without, those are all what do you call it? Points of
access, points of access,
or points of failure. Points of failure. So moving from
failure,
trying to get to Ethereum to Pulse Chain, those are points of failure, especially for a new person. Like they could fuck up at the bridge,
right?
Or they can get stuck at Coinbase.
Yeah,
because you know how Coinbase people get it. Oh, I got a new Coinbase account. Yeah, well, ends up taking you 2 weeks to even be able to move crypto through that damn thing. And so there's
100%.
all kinds of stuff that are barriers to entry that this helps to fix that barrier to entry. And as far as the people behind it, again, personally, I know who they are. That's why I have soft endorsed the whole thing. I'm not part of the foundation. I know who Marlon is. I know who the people who are working with him are. And I have trust in them. I've seen what they've done in the past. I've worked with them closely. Some of them are my friends. So I trust. I have a higher level of trust than say the normal person like yourself or any of these people in the chat room should have. And I'm not saying don't have or need to have. I'm saying you guys should have less trust in all of these things. That means that your crypto acumen is correct and accurate. You shouldn't trust this or me. Everybody has to do their own due diligence, their own research, and
that's right.
And test their level of risk tolerance, and that's the one thing that, I've always taught. I hear you listen to me. So, that I've always told everybody that your risk tolerance, your time horizon, all that is what matters when it comes to getting into crypto. And if you're not putting all of those factors into play, then you don't have a plan. You're just willy-nilly out here trying to make a buck. And, you could be mad at all the things that are out there, but if you don't have a plan and you aren't sticking to that plan and working it properly, then you're not doing crypto right either. So those of you who are in here being critical of everything else, make sure you got your shit together first. And that means going back and listening to everything that we've been talking about for a long time, because we've been telling you all this, like your age, your risk tolerance, the amount of money you do make on a regular basis, all of those things factor in. You should sit down and figure that out, because professional investors teach the real world people how to do all this stuff, how to diversify into different products and all those kinds of things. If you're going to diversify yourself into crypto, you better, first of all, realize that this shit goes up 80 and 90% at a time. And if that doesn't play into your game, then you're making a mistake. If that messes up your rent money or how you and your kids eat, then you're making a big mistake.
That's right.
And I think that's what a lot of people forgot coming into this bear market, is that we had a big 90+% down for 3 years. And if you were hungry, a lot of you died.
Right. 100%. Do you think, well, all right. I know you said like one of the things that you could have, that you had forgot with the whole MEXC is the risks, right? I'm just going to add, maybe like people should also know it's restricted in certain countries, including the US, like, so they would have to use alternative means to access MEXC.
Yeah. It's definitely not a
RG. Right.
It's just another step,
RG, I just want you to also, just for me, like, I'm very critical about everything because I'm very critical with myself. So don't take anything that I'm saying personal because I talk shit, bro. You know what I mean? Like this is just what I do on the internet. I don't, you know,
And
nobody
that's why
cares
they
about
come
what
at
I'm
you
talking. You
guys.
know what I mean? Like they don't need shit. Like just don't, you know
But
what
the
I'm saying?
deeper
Like
stuff,
I know you say you
care.
feel it, but still, bro. Like nobody give a fuck. Who cares, bro? Like it's not personal, bro. It's just because we want to aspire and at least experience a little bit of the success you and your compadres and comadres have experienced in this community because we've been fucking crushed for so long in this crypto thing. You know what I mean? And so just trying to follow you when you say toe the line, and you know, it's there's things you said that I never forgot from 4 years ago, bro. 3 years, I got in 3 years from 3 years ago. Like, so when I continue talking shit, RG, and if you feel like it's about you, it's not personal. It's from a space of a place of respect. That's why we're speaking here, because I just, and I'm from the Northeast. Like I'm just a little traumatically, you know what I'm saying, impacted. You know what I mean? Like it is what I'm not making excuses, bro. You know, shit fucked up.
You
So
guys are always sour. It's cold all the time.
Yeah, man. You know,
I live in sunshine and
I need to
hot
relax.
dogs, man.
I need to relax. I need to have a glizzy. You know what I mean? Like enjoy a Frank from Nathan's, a Brett, some
There you
Hebrew
go.
national. You know,
you need to come hang out at some summertime park action out here in Cali, man. Come hang out and have some barbecue and chill with some cool music and just sit in the park and watch all the people. That's what we do, man. You guys are too cold up there in that north.
Yeah, man. We just frigid, cold as ice. Hey, try to change. Try to change, man. But that some look, there's other things that I don't really want to talk about as far as like other extra stuff. You basically covered 95% of some of the sentiments and concerns that I've had with respect to how you've been navigating through this craziness. This is crazy. I don't know how you do it. I'm glad. I don't envy you, bruh. Like I can't, bruh. You know, look at how I get impacted by I'm not even in.
I know, man. I know. That's what I think sometimes when I hear you emotional on your show. I'm like, motherfucker, you don't even know. You don't even know. I know you're upset, but or you're feeling it, but man, come step in my shoes for a minute. On top of it, you know. But you know, you know what the important thing is, and here's what I knew. Now, if you were just somebody out there talking shit about me on the internet, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't, pay attention.
Right.
But I know something. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And you're somebody that I saw that cared. You care.
Right.
And in between, some of the things that you've said that I want to change the accuracy of or whatever, I can tell you care. Right. And that's what mattered to me. That's why I listen to you. That's why, I take some of the things that you say to heart. And it has affected me. And again, that's why I'm here right now. It has affected me. So I appreciate you. We need more people like you out there. And please, just because we've talked, I mean, obviously we've created a different relationship between the two of us just by doing this. And again, most of the time what happens is we end up agreeing on 90% or we understand 90% of our shit. And then the 10% of it, we just got to agree to disagree with 10% of our shit, and that's what human beings really are. That when I'm out there shaking hands and kissing babies and talking to Hexicans and people in the pulse chain community, I realize that even my enemies, when I sit down with them out there, and I'm not considering you one, just saying, even the people that have really come at me and I sit down with them, we agree on 90% of the shit. And then there's about 10% of the stuff that we can just discard and say, hey, we just aren't agreeing on that. And that's fine. And then we end up at a mutual, cool, understandable relationship, and that's what I've found out in the world. And I much rather have that than enemies or detractors or things out there in this community happening. People not understanding. And what happens is that the anger and the loathing really comes from fear, and fear is just from the unknown. And when we 100%. Don't know, it's about fear. And we can't grow this community with fear. We have to grow this community out of love, respect, and understanding of one another. And I know that it gets deep or whatever, but when it comes to reality and leadership and what we need to see here in this now fractionalized community or new developing groups of community, is that somebody has to stand in the gap and be the voice of reason and try. And it's not a kumbaya.
Right, it's not.
We have to synergize at some point and understand that, yes, we all have differences, but they're not that big. And we need to work with one another to make this place attractive, because this is going to be about attraction, not promotion. And because that's what crypto communities do, is they attract people to it. And then once it gets easier, once we have easier on ramps, then that's when things can start flowing and everybody here can start seeing the gains, because it's not about crypto is not about lack. It's about abundance. And if we don't live and operate and function in the mindset of abundance, we're not going to grow this thing. And we have to think that way in order to do it. And the only way that that's going to happen is all of us acting as such. And that's what I try and do, is act as though it is abundant, that there is no project out there that is going to take anything away from Hex, and that those people who are doing the wrong things are going to end up getting washed out, and that those people that don't need to get wrecked aren't going to get wrecked, because they're going to listen to us and they're going to hear people like you tell them what they should and shouldn't be doing, or should and shouldn't be putting their fingers in, so,
right.
That's my hopes for this whole community in the future, is that we all come back together, synergize, understand our differences, and then move forward and attract more people to it, because that's what's going to change all of your lives. I was in the
I
first
agree 100%.
run. I
Yes.
was the guy who pushed the button first. I wasn't the best. I'm not ever going to be the best, but I was just the first. And I was the one that wasn't going to go away. You put me in something and I will die doing it. Everybody else will quit. I will die on that fucking hill charging it. And that's who I am, what I'm going to be. No matter what comes at me, I ain't stopping. So follow me. Let's go. Let's take the hill. Let's get this thing done, and whatever means it takes, that's up to you, because everybody has their own free will to go and do this thing as they want. We're going to have casualties. We're going to have people do bad shit.
Right.
But if you're doing the right thing and you're charging the hill with everybody else, eventually we will all get to the top. I'm not there yet. Or else I would have went away and got my boat and been living on the water, down south. But that's not the case. I'm still charging the hill with you guys.
Yeah. Do you think I've noticed something. I want to know your thoughts on this. Do you think there's a disconnect between the younger demographic and the older demographic? Because I'm hearing a lot of talk about, boomers. The boomers don't understand. The boomers this, boomers that. I'm a boomer too, but
are you a boomer or Xer?
No, I'm a boomer. I'm not an Xer.
So you're older than me?
What?
You're older than me?
No.
Okay,
I'm not older than you. No, we boomers.
I know. According to them, we're boomers.
4 or 5 years. Right. Yeah. 4 or 5 years. It's like we're Xers, right? But whatever. Like the older generation, they seem to believe that we're lost. Like, we're old. Our things are old. Have no use, nothing. And then the younger demographic, they may understand this technology and everything, but they don't have. They might not have enough of the wisdom that we've been able to, receive, and they could benefit from. You know what I mean? Guide the ship. Like y'all don't know where you're going. We knew because we were there. We got here. You would like to come to where we're at, right? And so we could advance together. But there's this, go ahead.
You hit a thing that is extremely passionate to me at the moment. Because you said a lot of things, a lot of kind things about me being here and being first, but a lot of people don't understand the wisdom that I do that I have collected in my 57 years on the planet, the places I've been, the things I've seen. Here's what I want all of you younger people to understand: is that there is nothing new under the sun when it comes to finance. You guys don't have your hands on something new. These are things that we all have known, but we haven't had access to. Like all of these crypto tools are things that exist in the real market. Only now you have new technology to make them better. That's all. See, in the days they had the abacus, but there were some extremely smart mathematicians. Today we have a calculator, and mathematicians are getting better because they have a better tool. So don't think that you know anything or have learned anything different than what we've already been through. That's what I'm telling the young people. Now, we understand what to do with it when you do get a hold of it, when you do get a hold of some wealth, when you do get the tiger by the tail. And, you know, that's what I'd like to tell the younger generations, is that there's value here. And there's a lot of value here when you get an old guy who's got some wisdom, who understands these things and understands your technology. And to some of you, I understand your technology better than you do. That makes me very dangerous or important. Because now I know stuff that my generation wishes they know, because they can't participate in the fiat world like I can participate in the crypto world. See, I can take the tools that I know exist out there and utilize them over here now. And DeFi is giving that to us, because now we have a cheap and easy way to manipulate market sentiments and things that happened and occurred organically in the regular marketplace. Now we could program those things. And that's what Richard proved to us by creating Hex. He said, we can take an old ass product, an old ass certificate of deposit that nobody gave a shit about no more, because they ain't worth the shit out there, even though there's $7 trillion worth of it. And I'm going to put it over here in crypto and blow people's minds. And I'm going to add things to it. Like, see, he was the true inventor of DeFi, because Richard said, I'm not going to just take a CD. I'm going to take it and turn it into the Fed and make it create inflation of a whole currency. And that was like, whoa, Richard took a CD and created currency from it. And then he said, and then I'm going to turn it into an APY generating machine that nobody's ever seen. And then I'm going to take market cap and flip it over on its head and show that it's bullshit. And he did all these things. He was able to program these things into Hex and prove to us that, whoa, crypto isn't just some grifter bullshit thing in the background that people can trade and screw people up with and lie about and cheat and steal. There's real DeFi here. And then Richard said, hey, not only that, but check this out. I'm going to give you guys, since Ethereum won't let us do this shit, it costs me a lot of money. It's costing you guys a lot of money to operate this thing over here. Ethereum's all messed up. I'm going to give you an L1 and we'll put it over here where it's even better. And have at it, guys. Check it out. I'm going to give you a few years to go ahead and do what you want out here, because DeFi is here. You can do it cheap. You can do it affordable, and go take all those tools over there. Hey, I don't want to know about them. I don't care about all this switchy swatchy moving around things and making yield off of this and that and the other. You guys go ahead and play with that shit. I'm not going to. And that's basically what Richard said about it all. But the entrepreneurs, the people that wanted to do it, went out and started doing it. Now, again, buyer beware. Be careful of all those things. They're just experiments. All these things are just experiments in DeFi. But Richard proved that we can do this stuff. We could program. And that's part of my Pulse Chain Tour speech. Bitcoin was the first to show peer-to-peer transactions. Garbage. Ethereum was the first to show that we can program this stuff to do cool shit. Richard was the first guy to make cool shit. And that's what we have. So that's what I say in my speech. So I know that his internet probably popped out. He'll be right back. Let's see. I'll answer a question or two. Fuck those grifters, and RG3 is lying. Sure, Rolando, I'm lying. I'm the guy who shows his face up here every single week for you for probably more years than you've been around. But I'm the one lying. Sure. Let's see. Then why are we talking about this other BS? RH created such a great thing. Oh, okay. There he's back.
Sorry.
I was just reading some of the chat.
Yeah, I got rugged.
That's all right, man.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. And that's, that's hopefully that's a little better understanding of what I think about what's going on here. And, and again, I do see it from a different angle, and, but I never want to forget where I came from. And that angle is important to me. And people like you who are out there speaking a good word, and holding people's feet to the fire, I appreciate. It keeps me grounded. It helps me to focus inward and look at where I may be falling short or I have shortcomings. Because nobody's perfect. We try and do our best. And
100%.
I have been here all this time doing what I do, showing my face, trying to explain myself to everybody, because I don't care. I care.
Right. You keep my sword sharp, though. That's the thing. You keep my sword very, very sharp. So I thank you for giving me the opportunity to think critically and talk shit.
Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. A little bit of understanding between one another is good, but don't stop doing what you do.
It goes a long way. It goes a long way. I'm gonna end the stream. I appreciate your time, RG3. I appreciate the chat. Everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody. Stay vigilant. Be well. Be great at what you do. Until next time.